Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk motorcycles. What do you think of my cool ring? Why do Harley riders say fuck the factory? Huh? Honda guys don't say that. You don't see Honda guys saying it. You don't see Honda guys wearing t-shirts that say fuck the factory. That's a tattoo. It's a popular slogan. I've seen it as bumper stickers. I've seen it painted on the sides of guys' choppers. Fuck the factory is a thing, but it's only a thing for Harley riders. BMW guys don't say it. Ducati guys don't say it. Yamaha, all the Jap bikes, none of them say it. They love the factory. They love going to the dealership. They love the whole brand and everything about it. Harley guys, they hate the factory. They hate the corporate brand. They seem to hate the dealership, but they love the bike. They get it tattooed on them. They get the logo tattooed on them, but they hate the factory, but they get the factory logo tattooed on them. I talked with a sales manager up at Harley Davidson in my town years ago about bike sales, and I used to sell bikes, and I was having a hard time selling bikes to locals, and I mentioned to him, look, I've sold plenty of bikes, but I've never once ever sold a bike to someone who lived in this county. Isn't that weird? Everybody who's ever bought a custom bike off of me has always just been somebody from a different part of Florida. And I place local ads. Sales manager up at Harley wasn't shocked at that at all. And I was like, wasn't that weird? And he said, no, it's not weird. It's like, we run a dealership. We sell, 20, 30 bikes a day, whatever they sell. He says none of the sales that we make are to locals. We don't sell bikes to locals. And he says that it's weird to him too, because he drives through town to work every day and he sees local yokel people driving on motorcycles and he doesn't know where they get them from, because they're not buying them from the dealership. And why not? Because fuck the factory, that's why. And I guess it just comes from two levels. Harley riders are particularly loyal to the brand, and like I said, at the same time, they seem to hate the factory, but they seem to know more about the manufacturer that they're into than the Honda guys. If you were to ask a Honda rider, what's the current status up at Honda corporate right now with DEI and social justice and practicing inclusivity, he'd look at you and say, oh, I don't know, but I can tell you how fast the bike goes. Well, Harley riders know that Harley Davidson recently went through this weird woke issue, and they claim to have gotten rid of DEI to bring some of their customers back because people are ready to just walk away. It seemed like they, with this new CEO up at Harley, everybody up there, maybe it's not just one person, but everybody up there seemed to somehow lose touch with their customer base, to misunderstand that the vast majority of bikers are middle America conservatives. They're not from San Francisco. Sure, people ride Harleys in San Francisco. They got a great dealership in San Francisco. But that's not the majority of the customer base. So there's been big complaints from the customers about how the Harley Davidson Corporation is being run. One of the complaints that I've had is how they seemingly have abandoned America. And I get that India is the largest motorcycle market in the world, not just from population, but every single company, every corporation, every motorcycle manufacturer, and all the aftermarket companies, the big ones, the whole industry has moved to India. And that's no joke. And that's not just all of a sudden. This has been happening. And India is exploding in all levels with the motorcycle industry. That's the place to make money, and that's why they're going there. This is globalization. And Harley Davidson is no longer just a Buy American brand. They're a global brand that manufactures a product in foreign countries. And if you're in another country and you're riding a Harley Davidson, there's plenty of people who ride Harley Davidsons in Europe. That Harley Davidson that you bought in Europe, unless you had it shipped from America, was most likely made in India or at one of their foreign factories. And I've been following this issue, particularly with India, and how Harley Davidson has launched a couple different motorcycles, smaller displacement, affordable, fairly cool little motorcycles that people without a lot of money in India can easily purchase. Why aren't those bikes being launched here? All they do is launch another bagger. Why don't they launch these little bikes here and inspire young people who don't have a lot of money to be able to get into the brand? And once you start riding, you're hooked. That's a fact. You get on two wheels, you're going to be riding on two wheels for the rest of your life until you graduate up to a trike when you're 80 and you're like, ah, fuck it, I guess I'll get a trike. But it's still a way to have the bugs in the wind in your teeth. But no, Harley Davidson seems to have abandoned America, and they're just like, well, whatever, who cares about you? Take your bagger, you old men, and we'll just let the industry die. It's like a pond that is being fished out of that they're not restocking. That's the way I look at it from a business point of view. It's a top-down industry, meaning that the major manufacturers rule the game, and we just feed off of them. So if Harley, the biggest, most important manufacturer in America, is giving up on the American public and wants to go and make millions and billions in India, well, good for them, but where does that leave us? Where does that leave our part of the industry? So I have these complaints with the factory. And then there's the dealership experience. Oh, God. Has anybody out there had a bad dealership experience? Feel free to tell it below. I'm sure mine isn't nearly as bad as some of you. And I know that because when I was complaining about how bad I was treated at the dealership service department, I had a lot of people come out of the woodworks and say, oh yeah, well, I currently have a lawsuit against them right now, and they fucked my bike up, and I paid them 65 grand, and oh man, I've heard some stories that would send, if it was me, it would send me into a rage. I'd go up there, school shooter style, like Rambo, and just go nuts. Oh my God, some of the stories that you guys have are so crazy. Luckily, mine isn't that bad. And luckily, I know the owners of the dealership, or the previous owners. So when I had my experience, I went full Karen on those motherfuckers. Oh, yes, I did. And I was like, get the owner out here. They're like, huh? Tell him Sky from Sinister is here and he's pissed. And I got the sales manager, the service manager, I had everybody standing there. And these poor guys at the service desk just like, oh shit. Yeah, they fucked with the wrong guy. I can tell you briefly what happened. I dropped my bike off. It was the Road King, the bike I have now. It was right after I first bought it, and I guess I might have been stupid enough to pay for their warranty, bullshit ass warranties. And they really tack on money. What's the price of my bike? Oh, I could probably afford that. And then when you get up there to sign it, it's like 6 grand more, 8 grand more. Oh, they try to really fucking get you in here. They add $1,000 or $1,500 just because you bought it in Daytona. That's it. Nothing else. You could go to Orlando, buy the same bike, $1,500 cheaper. They just add the shit on. So I dropped the bike off for something simple. Warranty bullshit, supposed to be free, so whatever. Come to find out, since I do own a motorcycle shop and I do know mechanics, they literally took my bike in. They have like an intake side where you can ride your bike right in through these doors. We got a big dealership here. And then when you go pick your bike up, there's like another side where the service department pushes the bikes when they're done, and the finished bike is lined up, and you pay, and then you can just ride it right out. They literally just pushed my bike from the intake side over to the drop-off side, from the drop-off side to the pickup side. They just pushed it over, and then called me and had me come back. I recognized right away they didn't do the shit because I dropped it off for some warranty stuff, but I gave them a couple other things to do on top of it, which I expected to be charged for. And long story short, because I know some of you have nightmarish stories, and mine is not nearly as bad. I was just pissed that they tried to scam me, and I recognized right away when I got there that they tried to charge me for the little tidbits that I wanted done, a couple little things, this, that, the other. I could have done it myself, but I just bought the bike a week ago. It's on warranty. You guys are touching it. Fuck with that shit for me. And they didn't touch any of those things. It was like 3 different things. They didn't touch any of it. But I paid for it. And then I realized they didn't do nothing. They did nothing. Not even the warranty stuff. These fucks. I went nuts. And I had them do it. These guys are like, calm down, Sky. And I was just like sitting there just, fuck the factory. I guess you got to pay a price to be a Harley rider. Honestly, the non-Harley people laugh at us for this. They absolutely tease us and laugh at us for this. They're like, you're so stupid to go through anything like this. To be buying a bike, an overpriced bike, where 3/4 of it is outsourced in foreign countries anyways, and then they treat you like shit. The money that you spend all that money you give them, they go and put it into DEI programs and building factories in Asia. But hey, let me get another Harley tattoo. I got any room, I put another fucking Harley Davidson logo on me. Thanks for watching.